Hey guys, Jeff aka GCurse here. If you're a Transformers fan, today it seems to be a hard day for all of us. That's right. Starscream from Studio Series 86, More Than Meets the Eye, whatever you like to call it. Starscream, the pre-orders have all been canceled en masse. And just like everybody, I got an email. That I did. However, I got two emails to be honest. The first one, it was actually at a little bit after 1. I got in from being outside at a little bit after 1 a.m. and I got this one. And it's your standard email basically saying, "Hey, we're sorry. It's going to be delayed this time to like August 18th." Now, when I got the last delay email, it actually ranged from like July 22nd to August 11th. Well, here we are in August, and I didn't get the figure, so I kind of figured that they're going to move it back. Well, I got this image, or not this image, this email that you can see right here, and basically it was supposed to be moved back to August 18th. Well, it's a little bit after 6 this morning, I got the same email that a lot of people were getting. Sorry, we had to cancel your order, and basically, it's something that happened on their end. Something happened on their end. The response from the Transformers collectors, fans, fandom, whatever you like to call it, it's kind of ranging. It's kind of ranging everything from sad to angry to very angry. You're probably wondering to yourself, Jeff, how do you feel about it? And honestly, am I mad? No, not at all. I'm not mad at all, honestly. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I consider myself blessed. I consider myself blessed. Back, I think it was 2020 or 2021. I can't recall exactly which year it was. I was actually able to get two of these guys here. That's right. I got Thundercracker and Skywarp from the War for Cybertron Earthrise. I think it was called the Villains. The villains over the Cybertronian villains or something like that. I got these guys. I walked into a Target and they were literally just there. So I thought, you know what? Let's pick these guys up. And then before that, I was lucky to get the first run of the Skywarp Tetrajet at Amazon exclusive. I kind of figured that basically my luck was going to run out. It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. I am not upset at all because to me, while I appreciate what the Studio Series uh, seekers are, to me the bread and butter are these three right here. I like the extensive detailing on each of these figures. Don't get me wrong, the Studio Series is nice, but the thing is, people are looking at. I think they're looking at it through only one lens. Here's how I look at it. Here's how I look at it. I look at both of these products, the War for Cybertron and the Studio Series. I view them as two different identities, basically. Two different identities. I see them as different individuals. War for Cybertron dealt with different aesthetics as does Studio Series 86. Whereas these guys were more, I'm guessing you could say realistic with all the panel detail and all that. Studio Series, it's more dedicated for authentic Generation 1, the cartoon. So am I upset that, Skywarp is gone, that he was canceled? No, no. Because like I said, ultimately, at the end of the day, I got these two. I got Thundercracker and I got Skywarp. These two were incredibly hard to get. I consider myself lucky beyond belief to get these two. And like I said, I got the Skywarp, oh god, reconnaissance pack or whatever it was called from the War for Cybertron Siege exclusive. I don't remember what the full title was. I'm not mad at all. Another thing is, I just practice patience. I just practice patience. I know that one of these days they'll re-release, they'll do another run of Starscream, and then I'll have it. To get upset over something like this, it's only going to hurt you. It's only going to hurt you. Getting upset. What is getting who benefits from you getting upset? That's what I'm trying to ask. Who benefits from you getting upset? Your blood pressure is going to rise. Nobody else can do anything. Do you think your friends and family can help get Starscream to the stores any quicker? No. It's all on Hasbro and Target. That's ultimately who it all falls down to. Sad but true. Like I said, good things come to those who wait. Sad but true. It may take an extra few months, but he'll get here. He'll get here. And until then, like I said, I have rooms dedicated to specific sets of Transformers. That you know, once Starscream arrives, maybe I'll do a massive unboxing of all 3 Seekers. Maybe not. Maybe I'll keep them in the box and open them whenever I'm ready. I don't know. But like I said, for me, these 3 right here are, like what I really, really like. How, but to each their own, to each their own. I do have to say, I love this down up perspective that I took of this photo. Basically, you have Starscream kind of looking down. You have Thundercracker looking over at Starscream, like wondering what we're going to do. And then we have Skywarp just kind of standing in the background, is like waiting for orders. And if you're wondering, because you can't really see it because of my camera, I have Starscream holding the little Megatron gun collectible that came in the I think it was called the Saturnian drone. It was that weapons pack that came out back like 2021, 2022, whenever it was. But yeah, so that's why I'm not mad. That's why I'm not mad at all. I came across a video from, I think it's UltraRunR. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I thought, let's hear what somebody else has to say regarding this debacle, I guess you could say, and I'll give you my thoughts. So let's get over to that right now, shall we? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, this is UltraRunR. Welcome back to the channel. Sometimes you just...
Okay, so the only one out of these 3 that you see here, the only one I did pre-order, which sadly never came, was the Starscream. But from what I'm hearing, I'm guessing all 3 of these are having some sort of pre-order difficulties. I'm not sure if it's like all the same level of difficulty regarding the pre-orders, or if one is a lot easier to get than the others. I was just basically waiting for the Insecticons to come into Target. I'll just go over there and pick one up. Basically, I already have the original release of these figures, and then earlier in July, I got the I think it was Series 2 or Part 2 of the Dramatic Capture. And then I was actually wanting to get this because I want to do a comparison of the figures themselves, not so much the accessories, but each group of these figures of the Insecticons are different in just a little bit. The first release, all figures have the same color scheme, basically, including Bombshell. He's not the authentic gray. And then the Dramatic Capture, it's Bombshell is his authentic gray color, I guess you could say. But I think Kickback's wings are a different color. I haven't taken them out of the package yet. And then this guy, or not this guy, but this set here, basically they removed the transparent chest panels, I guess you could say. And it's just like standard opaque coloring. And then the wings on, I think the wings on Kickback are like a milky opaque color. I was kind of debating about getting the Prowl figure. I got Prowl from Earthrise, which was also an extremely rare figure. And what was about to say? Okay, well, yeah, I got Prowls from that Earthrise. So the Insecticons and Prowl were mainly for me. If I walk into Target and they're there, then I was going to get them. I kind of figured no matter what, Starscream was going to be the outlier, that he was going to be the one most difficult to get, mainly because of the fact that he is part of the seekers. I am not shocked at all. I'm not shocked at all. I'm not mad. Like I said, there's a lot of other things you could be mad about in the world. This is not one of them.
Can't make this kind of stuff up. So I had a video scheduled to go out this morning talking about the fake outrage behind Target and YouTubers hyping up or bigger YouTubers hyping up this issue like it was an issue, as far as Target having these exclusives and how they handle them poorly.
And the thing is, this isn't the first time I've had pre-orders canceled on me. The most significant time was, oh god, I think it was 2020. It was like 2020 and 2019 or 2018. I can't call exactly the years, but one of them, I think, was Siege. It was Greenlight. It was that female transformer. That one, they were about to send that one out from Amazon just a day, uh a day before that I was supposed to get it. The day before I was supposed to get it, I got the sorry it's been canceled, and I was never able to actually reorder that one. And then the other one was Punch Counterpunch, where basically it was kind of the same situation. It was just getting ready to ship. Oops, canceled. And then later on, it was during I think it was War for Cybertron Earthrise. They had the Pursuit pack where basically they had like seven. It was like a multiple capture line when it came to Transformers. They had like it was like Decepticons and Autobots, like 2 packs. But yeah, so I am not adverse to it's nothing new to me. Basically, it's nothing new. It happens all the time.
Again, I still stand by what I said this morning, that I have not had an issue up to this point with anything I've ever bought from Target, any of the exclusive, anything like that at all. That being said, the video went up at, I think it had a schedule to go up at 7 a.m. and at 8:06 I got an email from Target canceling my order. So
it sounds like it's going out like in batches, like around 2 hours each. Because, like I said, I got mine a little bit after 6:08, if I remember correctly.
I saw it and just literally just started laughing because, of course, it's hilarious. So I called Target and spoke with the rep, because the reason they gave me an email was saying that my card date was expired, and the second bullet point was what was it? Oh, Target.
Yeah, here, let me pull up mine, because mine wasn't a card issue. I think it said something about it being an issue on their end. Here, let me pull it up so I can read it. Okay. Hi, Jeff. We're sorry to inform you that we had to cancel an item from your order. There was an issue on our end that prevented us from fulfilling your item. This is something that we are working hard to avoid, but we didn't get it right this time. You have not been charged for the canceled item. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Thank you for being our guest. So basically, it sounds like maybe we're getting a little bit different answers, but that's why mine was canceled. Did I contact them? Nah. They didn't charge me. They didn't charge me. I didn't get anything. If I didn't get anything, I didn't get charged. Why am I going to be upset? It'd be one thing. It would be one thing if they canceled it and then they still charged me. Then I'd be upset. I'd be like, okay, wait, hold up, hold the heck up. Like, what the heck? But yeah.
Had a processing issue on their end. They're one of those two reasons what they had on there. So I was like, well, I know my card's not an issue because I just used my card at Target online yesterday, so I know it's not a problem. So I called them. I was on hold for only a couple minutes before customer service answered, and I talked to the young lady, who was very nice, and she just explained to me that, hey, the vendor, and she specifically said the vendor, is having an issue fulfilling Target's order for these figures.
Okay, so vendor, that could be anybody. Like, it could either be Target themselves, maybe it's like a group, like a subgroup within the Target hierarchy, I guess you could say. It could be a third party that works in conjunction with both Hasbro and Target, or it could be something on Target or Hasbro's end. Until we know for sure, nothing is nothing. We don't know anything, so might as well just not really worry about it.
And she said we've been inundated with calls this morning, and we've letting everybody know this is not a Target thing. This is a vendor thing. So the vendor could be decorated from Hasbro, I'm assuming, or maybe they use a distributor to get that stuff out. A lot of times, I worked in retail for a long time on not the store side, but the back end. And a lot of times manufacturers don't just send it out directly from them, it'll come from a distributor. But regardless, whether it came from Hasbro directly, which it probably did in this case, she's saying that Hasbro had a problem getting them the figures they need. So because of that and the expectation they won't be able to fulfill it, they canceled all the orders. And I just started laughing, and she was like, well, what's so funny? It's like, well, because you guys have a history of being bad at this, and I've never personally experienced it. So, I mean,
Hey, there's a first time for everything. There's a first time for everything. Uh, like I said, just as long as they don't charge you, never assume anything is granted. Never assume it. As long as you don't get charged, anything can happen between the time that they actually do ship it and you get paid. And before that, anything can happen. That's why I always say patience. Patience is its best reward.
I can really only go on what I experienced. A lot of people say, hey, this is terrible, this is not, whatever the case may be. So she said, I asked her, was there any ETA for it? She said she'd hard it on my account. And if it ever came in, it sent me a notification that those units were there. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I appreciate it. And that was it. I mean, that was pretty much the extent of the conversation.
Well, that's basically all they can really do. They can't make the figures appear, any quicker. All they can do is really just like entry level stuff. It's the equivalent of the did you try and plugging it back in kind of thing. And that's actually what I have done with the Prowl and the Insecticons, because they've always been sold out, and I'm not going to rush to a store daily to see if they have something in that I know that they're not going to have. So what do? They actually give you the option to basically let you know when something comes in. So I'll just do that with Starscream, and whenever I do get that message, I'll rush over to Target, or if they do have it available for shipping, then I'll do it that way.
She wasn't terrible. She was actually very nice and very cordial, and I was too. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're talking about toys. We're not talking about medicine from my child is going to keep him from having seizures. I'm talking about toys. So I immediately go over to CMD store, and I look to see what CMD store has in stock. And they didn't have Starscream. They did have the Insecticons, $8 cheaper than they were selling them here at Target. And this is my invoice. So I got the Insecticon 3-pack and I got Prowl. And I literally I got off the phone with her and immediately went to CMD store and paid for it. And based on where I live, this is $12 more expensive than I would have paid if I'd have bought it from Target. Well, if you look at the $12, what does the $12 come in at? Duties. So which is just, I mean, honestly, I buy a lot of import stuff. So, I mean, if you guys buy Hot Toys, that duties and tariffs is just insane. If you buy anything from Japan, a lot of the Japanese figures I pick up, I just picked up a couple things internationally. That stuff is just crazy. But
see, that's what I like about this guy. He knows that if he's going to deal internationally, there's always going to be extra costs. That's just the way it is. At least he's not spazzing out about it. He's taking it in strides.
Regardless, $12. Starscream wasn't in stock, so I'll have to wait and see when that happens. I'm pretty sure at some point it'll show up, but I'm not too worried about it. But I did want to make another video talking about this because I literally, as soon as the video went up, my comment section started getting flooded with people going, hey, are you going to update your video now that your order's been canceled too? I was like, yeah, my order's been canceled as well. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that that video made sense. And I also didn't want to leave it up and basically be clickbait, because that's what it would have been if I left that video up so we can continue to get views, because I'm sure it would have got crazy views And I don't want to do that. That's disingenuous, and that's showing zero integrity, and that's not me. So I pulled the video down completely, and I wanted to make a second video, just going, hey, I was wrong, completely wrong. I wasn't wrong about the rage baiting in the community. I think that's a huge issue with almost everything that comes out, because that's just kind of how it seems to happen. But this Target piece, I was proven wrong. 100%. There was no if and a buts about it.
When it comes to rage bait and all that, I look at it what it is. It, you have two choices. You either deal with it or you just let it go. Best thing you can do is just let it go.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. Completely wrong. They completely screwed this up. And whether it was them or it was Hasbro, we may never know who actually the answer is, because Hasbro.
Who do I think it is? Now, if you were to ask me, Jeff, who do you think it is? I think honestly, it's on the end of this distributor, whoever it is. Hasbro needs to get these figures out. They need to get the figures out. The longer it waits, the angrier people are going to get. And the thing is that if they wait, it's going to force people to basically go to third parties, and Hasbro can't afford that. The longer that they wait, it forces people to go elsewhere, and they lose potential customers. I don't think this is on Target's end either. I think because the fact is that they need to get the money. They want the business. Why would they screw over the customers, basically? What it could have been was that these distributors, they may have shipped a whole bunch of them to like a specific region, I guess, more than that they should have. And because of that, they all got bought up, like in that area. And because of the fact that happened, they didn't have enough to move to other regions. That's probably what could have happened. But we don't know exactly what happened, so we can't really make final judgments, I guess you could say.
May say, hey, we shipped it to Target, and Target just allocated it wrong to the stores, or Target may come out officially and make an official statement. But what I got from the Target representative this morning was that Hasbro could not fulfill these orders, and they had to cancel them for everyone. So I don't know if that is the case. If you guys are having that issue, let me know in the comments below if that's the case. I just want to make a super quick vid about it. Like I said, I was wrong. That's it. I was proven wrong this morning by Target for the first time, and so now I know. So is that going to stop me from ordering stuff from Target on pre-order? Probably not. But what I may do in a case like this, if there's any more big exclusive like that, just go to CMD store like I normally do, and just like I did with Perceptor. I said Toy Store Man, but it's really CMD store. I think is where I got it from. But I've used both of those guys because they're both awesome. But I didn't see Starscream on his site, so I'll just check back here and there and see if he gets it back in stock at CMD. But like I said, you guys can see, I did pick up Insecticons and Prowl, and just got to get it from Canada. It is what it is. But let me know you got some comments below if you had any issues with this cancellation. Was this something you worried about, or yeah?
Worried? No. It's like I already said, I always figure that something could happen. You go in it with the mentality that something can happen. You will not be upset when it does happen. Keep the bar low, and you will never be disappointed.
You're enraged about it. What kind of what answer did you get from Target? I'll say, because the Target, when I spoke to them, which was I don't know, 8:30, 8:45 this morning a.m. my time, and it's now 9:25 a.m. my time.
I'm actually kind of curious if he got 2 emails, because like I said, I got 2 within the span of like 5 hours. So I'm wondering if he got 2 or if he just got 1. I'm wondering like how that's all going for everybody. Maybe there's people that got more than 2 emails.
On Tuesday. So I'm gonna put this video up ASAP. But yeah, so just let me know what they told you guys, and if this is going to change how you handle exclusive, it's going to change how you handle purchase from Target. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot. Later.
Okay, so that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Here, let's pull this back up because I like this image so much. That is a cool image. Oh my god, how cool is that? But overall, people are upset, rightfully so. Like I said, as long if you don't get your hopes up. You will not be disappointed. And for me, like I said, I have these guys here. I have these guys here. I like Studio Series, and everything. Don't get me wrong. But if, like literally, if Hasbro was to literally go under right now, literally, like as you're watching this video of my fat ass doing this video or talking, Hasbro comes out onto all their social media, Facebook, X, YouTube, wherever, and they literally go like, hey, we're bankrupt. We can't do anything left, and like literally fade to black. I would not be upset because I have these guys here. To me, these guys here are it for me. Even if I'm buying, the Studio Series guys over there, I have these guys. But yeah, so that is about it. So it seems like I said, people are getting emails. I had a delay email basically that they were originally going to move mine back to August 18th, but then 5 hours later I got the cancellation. So it seems like based on possibly maybe like where you live or where your region is, I don't know, but possibly based where you live, you may get different different answers. But that is it. I will see you all later. You take care. Peace out.